Hello to all our Facebook friends out there. Welcome to our live session. My name is Theresa Deer. I'm the event and program coordinator at Impact Melanoma. I'm joined today by Cari Carpenter, who will be walking us through our online program called Your Skin is In, that teachers can share with their students. Cari is a medical student at the University of Vermont's Lerner College of Medicine. Hi, Cari. For anyone wondering what is Your Skin is in, and why is now a good time to utilize it, what would you say to them?
Yeah, that's a great question. Hi, everyone. I think especially now, we're all at home and we're transitioning to virtual life. Well, obviously, to virtual life. And that also means remote education. So the Your Skin is In program is really great because it's already online. The materials are pre-made by medical doctors. So everything you need is already there and you don't have to be an expert, which is a huge relief. And it's fun also. It's really fun. So I'm really excited to be here with you to talk about this. So thanks for including me.
Yes, well, thank you for joining me today. We're so happy to have you. And before we get started learning about Your Skin is In, we have a trivia question for everybody. So the first person to comment with the correct answer will win an Impact Melanoma goodie bag. If you aren't the first one to answer, that's okay. We'll have another trivia question towards the end of our session, so be sure to stick around for another chance to win. So let's get started. Cari, what's our first trivia question?
Okay, so our first question is true or false. So get ready to type your answers. So true or false? Melanoma is the second most common form of cancer for young people ages 15 to 29. What do you think? True or false?
Yes, and after our live broadcast is over, somebody from Impact Melanoma will check back to see who the very first person to comment with the correct answer was.
Yeah, and we'll tag them in the comment section. So be sure to check back later and see if one of the winners is you.
Yes. We also have another contest going on. So if you want to win a free sunscreen dispenser for your community or for your backyard or wherever you want, you can go to the link in the description of this live video. And all you have to do is fill out a short form. And that's it. You'll be entered to win. Cari, have you seen them around Vermont where you live?
Yeah, so we have these here in the state parks and even some of the city parks here in Vermont. So it's so nice because they're right there and they're easy to use. And people are always saying like, oh, I forgot my sunscreen, or, the day turns out to be a lot sunnier than they thought. And it's a nice reminder too. It's, a big yellow thing with sunscreen. It's a reminder you need to wear it. So make sure you go enter and get one. Mm-hmm. I want one. Can I enter? I want to enter.
Yes, please. Everybody can enter. It's so easy to enter, and the winner will be announced this Friday, May 22nd, during our live session for Don't Friday. Make sure you tune in then to see who the winner is. And it looks like we've got some answers in the comments with our trivia questions, so let's get back to that, shall we?
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Thanks for all your great comments, everyone. Nice work. You are correct. It is true. Melanoma is the second most common form of cancer for young people ages 15 to 29. And, I think it's really easy to think of skin cancer as something that only happens to us as we age or only happens to older people. But the reality is that melanoma is the number 2 most common cancer in teens and young adults. So the good news is there's a lot that we can do to protect ourselves from skin cancer. And as long as it's noticed early, it tends to be pretty treatable as well. So that's why it's so important that we get educated and we talk about skin cancer and its prevention so we know what to watch for and how to protect ourselves. And sneak peek of that goodie box that you were mentioning. So in that goodie box, there are lots of cool things in there. But one of the things that comes with is this cheat sheet with all these different ways that you can protect yourself from the sun's harmful rays that can cause cancer. So it's kind of a nice reference to have.
It's so important to keep everybody educated, and that's where our online program can help. So can you tell us more about Your Skin is In?
Yeah, so you can easily find everything you need online. The program is free, so it's accessible to anyone, which is so important. It's interactive. I meant it when I said it was fun. It's an educational program specifically about skin cancer prevention and detection. So Your Skin is In is an award-winning program. It's approved by the American Academy of Dermatology. It's written by board-certified dermatologists to teach teens about skin cancer and sun safety. And so high school and college age students who become ambassadors and want to share this information with their peers are eligible to apply for a scholarship. And we've had students who have loved the program so much, left such an impression, whether they were middle schoolers or in high school, that when they went on to college, they brought the Skin Smart program to their campus. And that program targets tanning bed access and use on college campuses. So it's really been fun to see. And if you're a teacher and you're now teaching a remote class, or you're a parent and you're homeschooling, Your Skin is In contains pre-made materials. So they're ready for you to use, specifically designed for teachers. So the program is modular also. So you can incorporate it into your curriculum or your course in a way that works for you, sort of however best fits into what your needs are as an educator. It's available in Spanish and English, and teachers who use this program in their curriculum are eligible to apply for a stipend as well.
So if you're looking for more information, or you would like to apply, or to just take the course, you can go to yourskinisin.org and everything will be right there for you.
Yeah.
So some teachers may be asking themselves that they're not medical professionals. They don't really know anything about skin cancer. So can you talk about the resources and how they support educators in talking to kids about this subject?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's a really common question, not surprisingly. So the materials include a teacher's guide to walk you through it. So you don't have to be an expert on skin cancer or even biology or health or anything to teach the program. All the materials, they really equip you well to teach the material. And there's lots of information and resources as well. So I have some of them here. I can pull them up if you want. So the program includes all of these like educational and informational handouts included. And then, like I said, also pre-made teaching tools that you can use however you want, however works best for you. So there's a discussion sheet with question prompts. So, if you want to just have students do homework first and then kind of talk through it afterwards, you can use those prompts. Or there's also actually a homework sheet, like a student handout that you can give, kind of like for them to work through, like a worksheet. And so whether you want to have that assigned as homework or something you want to work through all together in class or as part of discussion, that's available to you as well. And then if you want to check their learning and see what they got out of it, there's also a quiz that's pre-made and pre-written available to use.
And all these resources are so easy to use. Like Cari said, everything is right online for your convenience. So there's no reason not to use it. It's all right there for you.
Yeah.
So can you tell us more about what's in the course and what's included?
Yeah. So it's interactive and it is really fun. So you can see here, I think you can see up on our screen here, there are video scenarios, and each of those scenarios has different information and educational sort of tidbits throughout the video scenarios with different learning objectives. And so fun and super popular. There's an interactive trivia game. You can see a picture of it up here on our screen with a host who's hosting for you. And the host keeps score, by the way, so you don't have to do that either, which is a really nice feature. So in this trivia game. There's a series of questions, and then you can kind of see here there's different answer choice options, and some are true, false, and some are multiple choice. And depending on which one you click, the host will respond with, more information about, were you right or were you wrong or why? So I don't know. I think it's kind of fun to like click on all of the answer choice options and like see what you can learn. But this is a really great tool because whether you want to, I don't know, maybe like divide the class up in two and kind of have them play against each other or what, it's a great thing to use specifically now while we're in a remote learning environment. And then, so one of the things that I think is even more unique, I think, that this program offers and is really interesting is a whole section of people's faces. And they share a little bit about, how often they're in the sun or how much sun exposure do they get? And, are they really good about putting sunscreen on their face, but maybe like not the rest of their body? Or do they play sports outside and they're like always really good about sunscreen? And then you can look at each person's face and it shows the UV damage on their skin. So it's really, really interesting, I think, and memorable.
Right. I think this is probably my favorite part about this whole course is because you can see the regular picture first, and then when you put your mouse over the top of it, it shows what the UV damage looks like after. So it's a really good kind of before and after shot. You can see the UV damage and what it looks like on the skin. So it's really impactful, especially for me to see.
Yeah, I agree. It's impactful for me too, and I think it's also one of the things that makes it so memorable is that it really shows, it highlights the damage that's happening or could be happening that's not visible,
Right.
When we look at somebody, we look at their skin, you can't always see the damage that could be causing skin cancer, that's been going on because of UV exposure.
Right, exactly. So anytime that anybody signs up for the course, we send out a goodie box to them. So Cari, I know you have one at home with you. Can you show us what's inside?
Yes, I do. I love the goodie box. Who doesn't love getting a goodie box? Love having it. I would be delighted. So it comes with all sorts of things. We'll only go through a few of them just for the purposes of our time constraints. But so one of the things that it comes with is some of these shirts. These you can see actually Theresa and I are wearing ours. And in a couple different sizes. So these make like maybe a great prize to win, for like, students who get trivia right or something like that. Those can be pretty fun. And then super popular, these always go really fast. These really cool bracelets that are color changing based on the UV exposure. So you can see right now it's kind of like a little pale white color, but when this is exposed to UV damage or UV radiation, it changes color to a really pretty, really bright purple. So it's a really bright color, you can't miss it. And these are a great indicator or like a little reminder. You put them on if you're gonna go outside and play sports or go to the beach, or if you're like me and you're trying to overcome cabin fever, by just going for a walk or sitting on your porch. These can be really, really nice because when they turn that bright purple, it tells you that your skin is being exposed to enough UV radiation to change the color on the bracelet, and that it's time, either to maybe go inside, go into the shade or reapply your sunscreen, or stick a hat on. And I don't know, I just think the color changing feature is really cool. And then another really cool thing that comes with the goodie box is a bunch of these little cards here. They fit in a backpack or a wallet or a purse, but they show the different warning signs of a potential skin cancer. So the things that we would want to be watching for as we check ourselves and we check our loved ones, for a potential skin cancer. So it's kind of nice because you don't have to, remember it all or memorize it. It gives you like a little reference to check, and maybe save a life, maybe save your life or someone else's. And And then, you're probably over there laughing at me because I saved my favorite for last. So it also comes with these really cool lip balms here. And these have SPF or sunscreen in them. So if you think about it, you can get skin cancer anywhere that you have skin, and that includes our lips. And so it's so important that we remember to protect our lips with lip balm that has SPF in it, just like we would protect the rest of our skin and the rest of our bodies. And in particular, because we don't really cover our lips up, like, we wear pants and we wear shirts, but our lips are pretty much always out there and exposed. So, and these are really fun because they all come in different scents. There's like a whole variety of different scents. So like here I have vanilla and spearmint and raspberry. And I can see you have yours. Okay.
I've got mine. So Wildberry is my favorite scent. So if you don't have that one, I think you should go get it.
I've never tried the Wildberry, so I'm definitely going to have to do that.
Do you have a favorite?
I do. I have mine here as well. This one is coconut, which is a one I always go back to. But I don't know. I really like the tropical also. I don't know. I can't do that. Yeah.
Yeah. What if you mix them together? Put them together, then you don't have to decide.
I love that idea. I'm totally going to do that. That's such a good, it's like a pina colada.
Yes, definitely. So thank you for showing us everything that's in the goodie box, Cari. It is trivia time again already. So again, the first person to comment with the correct answer will win a goodie bag from Impact Melanoma. So Cari, can you tell us what our final trivia question is?
Yes, so another true or false. So get ready to type. True or false? More people develop skin cancer after indoor tanning than lung cancer from smoking. So let us know what you think.
And while everybody's thinking that over and writing their comments in, somebody asked me this question the other day, and I thought it would be fitting for right now. But they asked me, what about fake tans? Are they okay?
Yeah, okay. That is such a good topic. So a spray tan or like a lotion self-tanner are definitely a safer alternative compared to tanning. So whether it's in a tanning bed or laying out, and we want you to love the skin that you're in. So if you're somebody who likes to have a tan, a lotion or a spray are safer, good alternatives. Just make sure if you're applying to yourself, make sure you're applying in a well-ventilated area. And don't forget also that tan may look pretty, but it won't protect you from the sun. So you still need to bring your hat, your sunglasses. Don't forget, protect your eyes too. Bring your sunscreen because, it's easy to feel like you're protected when you have a tan, but in fact you aren't. And we need to be just as vigilant about our sun protection.
Right. And we'll answer more questions at the end. So if anybody has any questions, they can put them in the comments now and we'll get back to them.
Yeah.
But for right now, let's get back to that trivia question.
Okay. Yeah. So just a reminder, the trivia question was true or false. More people develop skin cancer after indoor tanning than lung cancer from smoking. And you guys are so good. You're right again. Good job, everyone. We'll wait, can we do it? We'll high five you here. Yeah. Remote high five. Yeah. So really, truly great work, everybody. You're right. A 2014 study found that more people develop skin cancer after indoor tanning than lung cancer from smoking. And I know this really got my attention because I think we all pretty much know that smoking is not good for our health and can cause cancer. So this is pretty eye-opening because, especially because tanning beds expose the skin to at least 3 to 6 times the radiation of the sun. So that's a lot of radiation.
So crazy. I mean, you kind of hear that now, you smoke, you get lung cancer, but you don't really make that association with tanning beds. You don't hear it enough. If you go to a tanning bed, you'll get skin cancer. So that's just crazy to learn about.
Yeah.
So let's go through some more of these questions in the comments. We've got a couple in here. Oh, I see somebody was talking about the lip balm, said vanilla was her favorite.
Oh, that's a good one too.
But we have a question here. It says, what age does the e-learning program work for?
Oh, that's a great question. So it's really designed for teens and for young adults. So middle schoolers, high schoolers, and honestly, any of us can benefit from this material, frankly. So skin cancer doesn't discriminate, but the program is specifically designed for teens and for young adults. So middle school, high school, and college age students. Mm-hmm. Really targeting that age group in which melanoma is the #2 most common cancer.
Mm-hmm. And we've got another question here. Can teachers use the class in sections instead of all at one time?
Yes, absolutely. Another great question. I feel like we all like to, especially people who are experts, right? Like teachers are the expert in their classroom and they know what works and how things need to be sort of integrated in a way that works for them and to meet their obligations. And so, yes, I think actually that's a huge positive of the Your Skin is In program is that it's there's all these different, we say it's modular, we just mean there's all these different sections and resources and parts of the program. And so you can use the class in sections, however works best for you. And, you can get creative kind of and have fun with it.
Right. We've got another one here. It says, how can a student raise awareness for their school once they become a Your Skin is In ambassador? With the possibility of online learning, what are activities that can be done remote?
That's such a good question. Thank you everyone for your questions. These are really great. I think, the first thing I would say sort of is like, the world is your oyster. The sky is the limit. Like if you have a brilliant creative idea or you're feeling inspired, don't hold yourself back. But if you're looking for ideas, I think, especially in the remote environment, I think, I know some like college campuses, for example, in the fall may go back to in-person learning, but many won't, or, we don't really know how long we'll be in a more remote educational setting. So there are a lot of really good options. I think social media campaigns can be really fun. And I think another great thing to do is to reach out to other organizations on campus. So whether that is like pre-health professions programs or teaching programs, or if there's a Greek system on campus, collaborating. I think I'm a big fan of collaborating. So always, cast your net wide and see who else might be interested in your cause and in raising awareness and information, and see how you guys can work together. I know, some in the Greek system, right? Some of those Greek houses actually have tanning beds in their house. So that could be a great thing to target. Or, if you attend a school that has sports teams, contacting the coaches and, seeing either do you want to share some sun safety education like we're talking about right now, and, or even look at getting a sunscreen dispenser put in, both for people who attend sporting events and for athletes to make sure they're getting sun protection. Honestly, I could go on and on about this forever. It's like the sky is the limit, feel free to be creative.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Those are all great suggestions. So thank you, Cari. Yeah. We've got another question that says, what is the best way to get vitamin D if not through the sun?
Oh, that's another really good question. I know a lot of people are concerned about, if they wear too much sunscreen or, if they don't get enough sun, maybe they won't get enough vitamin D. And so we get vitamin D both through our skin, but we also get it through the foods that we eat. So a great way to make sure you're getting enough vitamin D, first of all, is to eat a well-balanced diet, like your grandma said, especially things like fish, or greens. But another really great way to do it, honestly, is just to supplement. I will say, if you're really concerned about it, you go see your doctor, see if they'll check your levels. And that gives you a baseline to work with. It gives you information and says like, oh, are my levels low? Do I need to supplement or take more? Or, maybe you don't need to worry. But that way you don't have to sort of speculate about it. You can really know, and you can work with your doctor and their recommendations. But a well-balanced diet is a great option. And obviously vitamin D supplementation is great as well.
That is so great. Thank you, Cari. Got another one that says, are chemical sunscreens safe?
Oh, yes. That is such a good question. The first thing that I would say is it's like sun protection in general, right? Like any sun protection method that you're using, hat, long sleeves, UPF shirts or SPF shirts, seeking the shade, or sunscreens. Like any sun protection measure to prevent skin cancer is better than not having one. And I think that applies to chemical sunscreens as well. If it's something that concerns you, and I know that this is a real concern for some people, you can always use it's called a physical sunscreen. And all that means is that it's using either zinc or titanium dioxide to create a physical barrier between the UV radiation and your skin. And so those can be a great alternative. I think the best sunscreen is the one that you're going to use. So if you are concerned enough about a chemical sunscreen that you feel like you wouldn't use it anyway, then using one that is one of these physical ones with zinc or titanium, or choosing to use like UPF and SPF shirts instead, or to go out less, are all really good alternatives. But again, I think, the correlation, as we've been discussing, between UV radiation and skin cancer is measured and known. And so right now, based on the information that we have, going with sunscreen of any kind, including a chemical one, you're protecting yourself against like a known risk.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? That answer your question?
Yes. So we've got one last question before our time is up, and it is, can people with darker skin still get skin cancer?
Oh, yeah. I feel like this is a really common question, and understandably. So skin cancer doesn't discriminate. And if you think about it, UV radiation doesn't discriminate, right? Like we're all getting hit with the same sun's rays, basically, right? And so even if I feel like sort of a add on to that I hear a lot is like, oh, well, if I don't get sunburns, if I don't like blister when I'm out in the sun, then maybe I'm not at risk, and I can totally see why someone might be thinking about that way. But if you think about it, even if you aren't getting like a blistering, peeling sunburn, like I said, that your skin is still getting that radiation, right? That and we all know like radiation causes cancer, right? That's why we test for radiation in our homes, right? And so, yeah, I mean, it really doesn't discriminate. And it's really important, no matter what our skin tone is or what we look like, that we all take steps to protect ourselves and our skin from skin cancer.
So thank you, everybody, for your questions. We're at the end of time, unfortunately. But if you have any other ones and you hadn't had a chance to comment them, Cari said she'll be looking back at the comments and answering any ones that we didn't get to.
Yeah.
So thank you, everybody, for joining us today. If you need any more information or you have any questions, you can go to our website, or you can send us an email at yourskinisin@impactmelanoma.org. Thank you so much, Cari, for walking us through everything today. This has been so much fun.
It has been fun. Thank you so much. And thanks, everybody. You guys have been brilliant.
Thank you. And join Impact Melanoma for another live session this Thursday, May 21st at noon with Dr. Emily Wise, where she'll be walking us through another one of our programs, the Skinny on Skin. So thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.